The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. Welcome to this week's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. In today's episode, we have a great one for you on hand. As today's episode, we'll feature two fierce rivals battling it out for not just bragging rights, but for honor and glory for their franchises. Today's feature rivalry will see the 2018-19 San Jose Sharks going up against the 2018-19 Las Vegas Golden Knights as they add another chapter into their historic rivalry. Stay tuned for Puck Drop in Game 1 coming up next. And we are back, everybody, as we get set for Game 1 of this Rivalry Night series between the 2018-19 San Jose Sharks and the 2018-19 Vegas Golden Knights. This was a fierce playoff rivalry during the playoffs, so hence the real reason why I chose it for this episode of Rivalry Night between these two fierce Western Conference teams. I believe Vegas was in their second season in the league. So that's why I am featuring a lot of these. I'm featuring some of these players here from that era. So let's get this show rolling with Game 1 of this Rivalry Night series between the Knights and the Sharks. The San Jose Sharks will be the visiting team for Game 1, and Game 2 will have the Knights be visiting the Shark Tank in Game 2, and then again, this is a 3-game series. We'll play all 3 games, and simple as that. So let's get right into it. The puck is dropped, and let's get to it. We're going to begin with a quality check between players 3 and 2. That's Theodore and Dylan. The quality we're looking for is skill. It looks like Shea Theodore has skill, so he's going to move in on Martin Jones. He needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so to keep this game right where it's at, of a 0-0 tie through the first 5 minutes of the game. Another quality check. This time it'll be between players 5 and 1, Nate Schmidt and Kevin LeBanc. The quality we're looking for is speed. It looks like both LeBanc and Schmidt have speed, and therefore this will end up being a no-action result. And we will move on to the next segment. Oh, and it's a home scoring chance. And it looks like we have a 24. Visitor goalie must make spec save, otherwise it'll be a goal. Martin Jones, not too good. A 1 or a 2 will do so to make the save. He won't, and the Knights get on the board early. It's 1-0, and let's see who scored the goal. 6. Player with the best shot rating on the ice. So between 3-way tie between Marchessault, Eakin, and Stastny. I am definitely keeping that power play circle star out there. So it's between Eakin and Stastny. We'll say it's Paul Stastny. And it'll be Cody Eakin. So Cody Eakin will score the goal. And it's 1-0 Vegas. Quality check. And it's going to be between players 5 and 2. That's Paul Stastny and Logan Couture. The quality we're looking for is skill. It looks like both Stastny and Couture both have skill. And that will do it for this segment, but not before the Golden Knights get on the board with a 1-0 goal from Cody Eakin. Quality check. This time it'll be between players 3 and 1. Derek England and Barclay Goodrow. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like both England and Goodrow have smart, and that is going to do it for the first period here in game one of this Rivalry Night series between the Sharks and the Golden Knights. We head to the second with the score Vegas 1, San Jose nothing. Oh, we got a penalty check to begin the second period here between players 5 and 2, Pacioretty and Marcus Sorensen. It looks like both had the same penalty rating of 0.5. No action, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 5 and 3. That's Nate Schmidt and Jonas Donskoy. The quality we're looking for is power. Neither Schmidt nor Donskoy has power. So we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check again. This time it'll be between players 5 and 3, Stastny and Melker Carlson. The quality we're looking for is power. It looks like Stastny is going to win that one as he does have power, so he's going to be moving in on Martin Jones to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and the Knights add on another goal courtesy of Paul Stastny. Quality check between between players 1 and 5. Jonathan Marchessault and Tomas Hertl. The quality we're looking for is power. Both Marchessault and Hertl have power. So that is going to be it for this segment. But not before the Knights tack on another goal. It's 2-0 Vegas. We got a penalty check between players 1 and 4. Braden McNabb and Evander Kane. It looks like Evander Kane's going to go to the box as he has a penalty rating of 2. Braden McNabb has a penalty rating of 0.5. So McNabb is going to move in on Martin Jones to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. Which he will do so to keep this game right where it's at of 2-0 heading into the third period. So after the first 40 minutes of game one, the Vegas Golden Knights lead it by a score of 2-0 over the 2018-19 San Jose Sharks. Oh my goodness, a penalty check to begin the third period. It's going to be between William Karlsson and Brendan Dillon. It looks like, by the hair of his chinny chin, Brendan Dillon is going to go to the box as William Karlsson is going to move in on Martin Jones. He stopped one to end the second. Can he stop one here to begin the third? He won't, and William Karlsson will score a power play goal to give the Knights a 3-0 lead. Oh, yes, to give the Knights a 3-0 lead, and this game is out of reach, as you would say. And we continue on in this first segment of the third period. Oh man, with a penalty check between players 4 and anybody on the ice for the Sharks. At this point, you really want to try to get yourself on the board. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have Mark Stone go to the box as Marc-Edouard Vlasic will skate on in to, in my opinion, one of the greatest goaltenders, one of, if not the greatest goaltender that I've ever seen as an opponent, Marc-Andre Fleury. 1, 2, or 3 will stop it. Won't. And the Sharks get on the board courtesy of Marc-Edouard Vlasic. And it will be a power play goal. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 25. Yikes. Home goalie must make spec save. Marc-Andre Fleury is known for making a lot of spec saves. So that looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, anything but a 6 will do so. It will do so. Marc-Andre Fleury makes the spec save, so nobody will flip, and we will move on to the next segment. Penalty check to begin this next segment between player number one and anybody on the ice for the Sharks. Jonathan Marchessault is going to be the player in question for the Knights. It looks like it's going to be a tie, so we'll go right across from him with Brent Burns, as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got ourselves a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Golden Knights against player number 2. That's Logan Couture. The quality we're looking for is smart. The only two out there with smart are Belmar and Pacioretty. It's Belmar. And it'll be Pacioretty. So Pacioretty will tie up the battle for smart with Logan Couture. As both guys have the same quality of smart, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got ourselves a visitor scoring chance of a 43. Any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes, LeBanc and the newly minted soon-to-be newly minted Hall of Famer, or I should say, at this point, newly minted Hall of Famer, Jumbo Joe Thornton. So between these guys, it's LeBanc. And we Jumbo Joe Thornton. So he's going to skate on into Marc-Andre Fleury to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the save. He can't, and the game is within 1 goal, courtesy of Jumbo Joe Thornton. We'll stay put in this segment with a penalty check between players 1 and anybody in the ice for the Sharks. Brady McNabb is going to be the player in question for the Knights. But who is he going to go up against in this penalty check? Oh, it looks like it's going to be a tie. So, yeah, we'll go right across from him with Kevin LeBanc, and this game is going to head off to the empty net mini chart, as courtesy of Jumbo Joe, the game is within 1 goal margin. Game is ending within a 1 goal margin. So we're heading off to the empty net mini chart. 5, the game is over, and that will do it for game 1 of this Rivalry Night series between the Knights and the Sharks, as the Vegas Golden Knights hang on to win by a final score of 3-2. Stay tuned for the game 1 summary, and we will have game 2 coming up right after this. Nice game 1 that we just witnessed between these two fierce rivals, between the Vegas Golden Knights and the San Jose Sharks from the 2018-19 NHL season. Welcome inside the Bitty Beer Game Studios for your Bitty Beer Game summary, presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste. At a Bitty price, it's Bitty Beer. Game 1 featured a 3-2 win for the Vegas Golden Knights as they go up 1-0 over their fierce rivals in the San Jose Sharks. For the Sharks, Marc-Edouard Vlasic and Joe Thornton would be your goal scorers. Evander Kane and Brendan Dillon would unfortunately take penalties for the Sharks, as Evander Kane escaped with a Martin Jones play save. But of course, Brendan Dillon is not so lucky, as Vegas would score on the power play. But for Vegas, Cody Eakin, Paul Stastny, and William Karlsson all scored for the Knights in this in game one of this rivalry night series. Your penalties, unfortunately, for Vegas came from Mark Stone, a late power play goal by Mark Edward Vlasic would be the result. And of course, all the quality check wins came on Vegas' side, as Shea Theodore would win the battle for skill, and Paul Stastny would win the battle for power. Not that much doing in your key plays of the game. But if I had to pick out one, Marc-Andre Fleury in the third period made a huge spec save to stop the Sharks' rally from getting back-to-back goals. And here are your 3 stars from game one of this Rivalry Night series. As usual, for star number 3 honors, Marc-Andre Fleury would take home the win, plus netting an unofficial 21 saves in game one. William Karlsson would take home star number 2 honors as he would score a goal. And of course, there were so many players to choose, but if I had to give star number 1 honors, I would have to definitely give it to Paul Stastny, who scored a goal plus netting a quality check win. With that being said, stay tuned for game 2 coming up next. But first, let's have a little look and say thank you to our Play Game sponsors for sponsoring today's episode of Rivalry Night. We would like to take the time to send out a special thanks to our Play Game sponsors for sponsoring today's episode. Today's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour is brought to you in part by Bitty Beer. They say it's a blend of hops, rice, and barley that gives Bitty Beer its distinctive taste. But we know better. It's our brewing process that gives our beer that one-of-a-kind flavor that no premium beer can match. Our vats are have never been cleaned, so there's an itty bit of history in every can. Bitty Beer, the beer for folks who can't afford better. And we remind you, if you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. And by Doc Cola, the official cola beverage of the Play Games community. Doc Cola uses the finest imitation ingredients that bring you that sugary blast of caffeine you've come to know and love. With twice the sugar and 3 times the caffeine of any other major brand, Doc Cola is sure to keep you wired from dawn until dusk. So, while you're at it, take the Doc Cola challenge and see where our customers agree you'll never be able to wean yourself from refreshing Doc Cola. And by Ice Brew, the official brewery choice of the Play Games community. Brewed in the frozen tundra of northern Wisconsin, Ice Brew is a beer made for sports fans and tailgating. Our 150-year-old family recipe is brewed to make the most of every ingredient. We use hops, barley, wheat, corn, rice, oats, quinoa, spelt, malt, and sunflower seeds blended together with the finest water shipped in from the shores of Lake Michigan. One sip, and you'll agree there's nothing like Ice Brew. And by Pizza Kingdom, the official pizza joint of the Play Games community. At Pizza Kingdom, our signature New York pizza starts with the crust when we layer on our homemade pizza sauce, then load your pizza up with mounds of cheese. When it comes out of the oven, it's piping hot, golden brown, and ready for you to enjoy. And we give that majestic culinary work of art to Mikey, our 16-year-old delivery driver, who is as responsible as a tree stump. Pizza Kingdom. It was sure perfection when it's left in the store. Yeah, we're ready to get started with the second game of this Rivalry Night series, is with the Vegas Golden Knights leading this Rivalry Night series 1-0. And as same as game one, Marc-Andre Fleury will be in net for the Knights, and Martin Jones will be in net for the Sharks. With that being said, the puck is dropped, and let's get this game underway. Oh, we got a quality check, and we rolled double sixes. So whenever this comes up, what I do is I look at the home side first with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is an automatic reroll. So 3, that's Melker Carlson, and he will go up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. Player number 1. So both William and Melker will be the focal point of this check for Star. It looks like William Carlson is going to win this one as he does have Star. So he's going to move in on Martin Jones to hopefully net at 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 43. Any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. Yes, we do. Jonathan Marchessault does have, the triangle to create the goal. So he's going to move in on Martin Jones to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he will do so to keep this game right where it's at of a scoreless tie here in game 2, with the Sharks needing this one to make it a series heading into the rubber match game 3. Quality check between players 4 and 2. We got Braun and Ryan Reeves. The quality we're looking for is power. It looks like both Justin Braun and Ryan Reeves have power, and that's going to do it for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check again. This time it'll be between players 1 and 4. Barclay Goodrow and William Carrier will be the focal point of this quality check, and it will be for skill. Neither Goodrow or Carrier has, Carrier has the quality of skill, and that is going to be it for the first period. So after I want to say a typical first period, the score remains zip zip after the first 20 minutes are in the books. We got ourselves a quality check to begin this second period with a quality check between players 1 and 3, Brent Burns and Pierre-Edouard Bellemare. The quality we're looking for is Star. It looks like Brent Burns is going to win that one as he does have Star printed out on his card. So he's going to move in on the great Hall of Famer, soon-to-be Hall of Famer Marc-Andre Fleury, as he needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and the Sharks get on the board. It's a 1-0 lead, courtesy of Brent Burns. Quality check to continue on in this first segment of the second period between anybody on the ice for the Sharks against player number 3, that is Pierre. Bellemare needs to flip. So it should be Shea Theodore. My fault. The quality we're looking for is speed. The only 3 guys out there on the Sharks that have speed is LeBanc, Sorensen, and Pavelski. I think I'm going to go with Sorensen because Kevin LeBanc was flipped up, courtesy of the Brent Burns goal. So I think I'm going to go with Sorensen. So Sorensen will, both Sorensen and Shea Theodore will tie for speed, and that will do it for this opening segment of the second period, I should say, with the Sharks leading 1-0 over the 2018-19 Vegas Golden Knights. We got ourselves a penalty check to begin this next segment between players 5 and 3. Pavelski and England. Oh, Joe Pavelski is going to go to the box as he has a .5 penalty rating. So Derek England will move in on Martin Jones to hopefully tie this sucker up. A 1, 2, or 3 will do so. He won't, and the Vegas Golden Knights will tie things up, courtesy of Derek England, and it will be considered to be a power play goal. We continue on in this segment. Oh, triple threes. It looks like we got a critical face-off. So normally this would be a penalty check, but we have triple threes. So it's going to be a critical face-off. It looks like the highest face-off rating for the Knights is Belmar at 55. Hurdle has the highest face-off rating at 51. It looks like Belmar is going to win this critical face-off for the Knights as he will get an immediate play here against the spec save rating of Martin Jones. A 1 or a 2 will stop it. And it will. Keeping this game right where it's at. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you, says Martin Jones. The game stays tied at 1 as we head to the next segment. Quality check. Quality check. It'll be between players 1 and 3, LeBanc and Theodore. The quality we're looking for is smart. It looks like neither player has smart between LeBanc and Theodore. So that will do it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check to begin this next one. Or excuse me, I should say a penalty check, I should say, between players 3 and 4, Timo Meyer and Cody Eakin. It looks like Meyer's going to go to the box as Eakin will skate on into Martin Jones to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He will to keep this game right where it's at of 1 as we head to the third period of game 2 of this Rivalry Night series between the Vegas Golden Knights and the San Jose Sharks. We got ourselves a visitor scoring chance of a 24, and it reads home goalie must make spec saves. So Martin Jones, he needs to make a 1 or 2 to make the stop, which he won't, and the Knights will take the lead courtesy of 7, player with the best shot rating. That's Mark Stone. Is I get a sip of water? Mark Stone will score the goal for Vegas as they take the lead by a 2-1 score. Home scoring chance of a 44, and it reads any home player with a power play circle star symbol creates a power play goal. Yikes. Nobody for the Sharks out there right now has the power play circle star symbol. So that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Quality check between players 3 and 4, Jonas Donskoy and William Carrier. The quality in questioning we're looking for is star. Both Donskoy and Carrier do not have smart. Excuse me, as the game will remain at 2-1, courtesy in the hands of the Vegas Golden Knights, and we will move on to the next segment. Quality check as we take a look at players 4 and 5, Evander Kane and Nate Schmidt. The quality we're looking for is power. Evander Kane is going to win this one as he does have power, so he's going to skate on in to Marc-Andre Fleury to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to stop the Evander Kane goal attempt. He won't, and the the Sharks, I should say, will tie this game up at 2 apiece, courtesy of Evander Kane. Penalty check between players, anybody in the ice for the Sharks against player 2. That's Riley Smith. Um, at this point in a tie game, do you go for it, or do you really want to play it? Hmm. Let's say this. Either way, the Sharks are probably going to go on the power play. Or excuse me, the excuse me, the Knights are going to go on the power play unless we pick Vlasic. Dot. We'll have the decider I decide. Dot. We tie, and we will tie. So Mark-Edward Vlasic will has a penalty rating of 0 to match Riley Smith's penalty rating of 0, and this game will remain tied as we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Oh, home scoring chance of a 63. Home defense stop, breakaway chance. Home visitor goalie must make play save. So Marc-Andre Fleury needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. And he does. We are going to go to sudden death overtime. For the overtime roll, it's going to be a quality check between players 3 and 4. That's Carlson and Cody Eakin. Melker Carlson and Cody Eakin. The quality we're looking for is smart. Both have smarts, and folks, we are going to go to a shootout to decide this one. We need a winner. I just want to make sure I'm reading the rules right. Okay, so I thought. So Dot, the Sharks win. Oh, and the Knights are going to take game 2 of this Rivalry Night series in a shootout. Let's see who scored the game winner. Roll a die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be a reroll. Braden McNabb will score the game winner in a shootout. The Knights are going to win this Rivalry Night series 2-0. They have, or excuse me, 2-0, courtesy of this in this Rivalry Night series. But we are going to play out game 3 right after we take a look at the game 2 summary here for this Rivalry Night series. Stay tuned for game 3 coming up right after this. Nice and exciting, thrilling shootout victory for the Vegas Golden Knights as they win it 3-2 in a shootout over their fierce rivals, the San Jose Sharks, and they will take this Rivalry Night series heading in to game number 3 coming up in just a few short moments. But first, let's take a look at your Biddy Beer game summary presented by your favorite Biddy Beer products. And again, we remind you, if you choose to drink Biddy Beer, please remember to drink responsibly. As always, it has big taste at a Biddy price. It's Biddy Beer. For the Sharks, unfortunately, the same thing happened in game 1, but this time Brent Burns and Evander Kane would be the goal scorers. Joe Pavelski and Timo Meier would all suffer penalties. For Meier, his team was successfully able to kill off a penalty as uh, Martin Jones would make a play save off on Timo Meier's penalty. And Joe Pavelski, unfortunately, was not so lucky as he was suffered a opposing power play goal by the Vegas Golden Knights. Your quality check wins came for the Sharks of Brent Burns for star and Evander Kane for power. For the Vegas Golden Knights, Brady McNabb would seal up the game winner. Mark Stone would be would also score, and of course Derek England would score on the power play. No penalties came from the Vegas Golden Knights, but William Karlsson won a quality check battle for star. There were no key plays in this game as I didn't see anything come up from game 2, but here are your 3 stars from game 2, and they are as follows. Derek England would take home star number 3 honors with netting a goal. Evander Kane would be the second star as he would tie up the game, but unfortunately, and of course, for star number 1, I should say, Brady McNabb would net the shootout winner. The shootout game winner. The game-winning goal, I should say, in a shootout. With that being said, with the Knights taking care of business in this Rivalry Night series as they win it, as they would win, go on, as they will be able to take home this Rivalry Night series over the San Jose Sharks. We still have a game 3 to play. Can the Sharks battle back to avoid the sweep? We'll find out. Puck drop for game 3 is coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, as we get set for Game 3 of this Rivalry Night series between the 2018-19 San Jose Sharks and the 2018-19 Vegas Golden Knights. The Knights already won this Rivalry Night series as they take this series, but the Sharks are looking to prevent a sweep from the Vegas Golden Knights, and in order to do so, they have sent Aaron Dell to the starter's net to begin the game here for the Sharks. Malcolm Subban will be the starter for the Vegas Golden Knights in Game 3. So without further ado, the puck is dropped, and let's get this game underway. Quality check between players 3 and 1. That's England and Barclay Goodrow. Excuse me. The quality we're looking for is star. Neither player has star, and we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Oh, triple twos. This is going to be a critical face-off, so it looks like Joe Thornton has a 53, and we have a tie between Stastny and Belmar at 55. It'll be Stastny taking this face-off, and it will be Stastny taking the face-off, so he's going to win that critical face-off over Joe Thornton, and as Stastny will move in on Aaron Dell, he needs to make a 1 or a 2 to stop it. He won't, and the Sharks get on the board courtesy of Paul Stastny. We will flip Jumbo Joe because his face-off rating was used. We will stay put in this segment with a penalty check between players 3 and 5, Belmar and Pavelski. It looks like Pavelski is going to go to the box as Pierre-Edouard Belmar is going to skate on into Aaron Dell to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. And he won't. The game is tied courtesy of Pierre-Edouard Belmar. And it will be a power play goal. Excuse me. Visitor scoring chance of a 64. Visitor stop, defense stop, breakaway chance. Home goalie must make play save. So Malcolm Subban needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and the Sharks will take the lead 2-1. Let's see who scored the goal. 7. Player with the best shot rating. It looks like Tomas. We have a tie between Tomas Hertl and Timo Meyer. Dot, it's Meyer. And it will be Tomas Hertl. So Hertl will score the goal. Courtesy will score the 2-1 goal for the Sharks, as we will stay put in this segment with a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Knights against player number 5. That is Joe Thornton. Excuse me. The quality we're looking for is hit. The only skaters out there for the Knights are McNabb and Pacioretty. Both have hits. So I think I'm going to give the opportunity to Max Pacioretty. So he's going to skate on into Aaron Dell to hopefully net a 1 or a 2 to make the stop. He won't, and the Knights tie it up courtesy of Max Pacioretty. Quality check between both players in 2, Tuck and Dylan. The quality we're looking for is hit. Brandon Dillon's going to win this one as he does have hit. So he's going to skate on into Malcolm Subban to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't. The Sharks will take the lead. My goodness, it's a back and forth battle here between these two teams as Dylan will score the goal. And we continue on in the next segment. Excuse me, in this portion of the next, or excuse me, I should say, in the portion of this segment, we got ourselves a quality check between players 3 and 5, Theodore and Joe Pavelski. The quality we're looking for is hit. Neither player is hit, and that is going to be it for this segment, and we will move on to the next one. Visitor scoring chance of a 32. It reads, choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. It's choice visitor player rolls for rebound goal using shot stars +2. You better believe it. I'm going to leave Hertl alone because he was flipped. Even though he has the best opportunity at a 4 or a 5 with a dot, I'm excuse me. I'm going to go with Timo Meyer here. So 1, 2, 3, or 4 will score the goal for Meyer. It won't, and that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. Penalty check between players 3 and 2, England and Couture. It looks like Logan Couture is going to go to the box as Derek England is going to move in on Aaron Dell to hopefully net 1 or 2 to make the stop, which he will do so. And that's going to be it for an eventful first period, a 5-goal first period between these two teams. But it is the San Jose Sharks who are in front by a score of 3-2. Penalty check between players, anybody on the ice for the Knights against player number 4. That's Justin Braun. It looks like we have an opportunity here, so we could tie or have the Sharks go on the power play, or the Knights go on the power play. Excuse me if I get a sip of water. I think I'm going to go ahead and say this. 1, 2, 1, 2, Sharks go on the power play. 3, 4, we tie. 5, 6, the Knights will go on the power play. All right, so we're going to tie. So it looks like the 2 players out there are Stone and McNabb to tie with Justin Braun. Dot, it's McNabb. And it will be McNabb. So McNabb will tie with Braun as both guys have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we will move on to the next segment here in this one. Quality check between players 2 and 4. We got Reeves and Evander Kane. Excuse me. The quality we're looking for is star. Neither player has star, and that will do it for this segment. And we will move on to the next one. Quality check between both players in 1, Burns and Carlson. The quality we're looking for is power. Brant Burns has power, so he's going to move in on Malcolm Subban to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He won't, and Burns is going to put the Sharks in front by a score of 4-2, which is going to extend their lead by 2 goals. Home scoring chance of a 15. Visitor goalie must make shot save. So this could be reasonable. 2 or 3 with a dot to make the save. And Dell does so nobody flips, and we will move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance again. This time it's a 41. Home player in 5. That's Nate Schmidt. He creates a goal with a goal opportunity with a quality roll of skill or a triangle. Although he does not have a triangle, he does have skill, so it's well enough to move in on Aaron Dell to hopefully net a 1, 2, 3. Excuse me, a 1 or a 2, I should say, to make the stop. And he will do so to keep this game right where it's at, a 4-2. We begin the third period with the Sharks in front by a score of 4-2 with a penalty check between players 5 and 4, Stastny and Vlasic. It looks like Paul Stastny is going to go to the box as Mark-Edward Vlasic will move in on Malcolm Subban to hopefully net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. He does so, and this game stays put for the Knights to try to come back from 2 goals down to hopefully net themselves a 3-game sweep. We got ourselves a quality check between players 4 and 5. Stone and Hurdle. The quality we're looking for is hits. Oh, both players don't have hits, so therefore that is going to be it for that segment, and we will move on to the next one. We got ourselves a quality check again. This time it'll be between players 1 and 2. Jonathan Marchessault and Marcus Sorensen will be the players in question. The quality we're looking for is skill. Both players have skill. And folks, time is running out for the Knights to try to come back in this one to sweep the San Jose Sharks in this Rivalry Night series. But the Sharks are fending off those swords and shields from the Knights. Visitor scoring chance. This is not what the Knights wanted. It's a 21. Home goalie must make shot save, otherwise it's a goal. Malcolm Subban needs to net a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop. And he will do so. And folks, that is not enough for the Knights, as the Sharks are going to take game 3 and prevent the 3-game sweep at the hands of the 2018-19 Vegas Golden Knights. But the Knights still take this Rivalry Night series by a final score of 2-1, but they lose game 3 by a final of 4-2 to the San Jose Sharks. Stay tuned for the Rivalry Night game summary of game 3 and also the series summary, and we will have our closing thoughts right after this. And again, from the edit, I do apologize for um, not knowing what the score was and when the game should be sent to overtime or not. But again, I'm just going to leave it as is, as the official stats were 3-3, um, and it should have gone to overtime. But I misclicked and gave the Sharks an extra goal when I should have given Vegas a 2-0 lead. So therefore, the game would have been forced into overtime. But again, here is your official totals for Game 3, as the Sharks were able to tie things up at 3-all in this rivalry night series. Excuse me, tie it up in Game 3 with 3 goals of their own, 2 from Brendan Dillon and 1 from Tomas Hertl. The penalties came from Joe Pavelski, with as he was unlucky again, as Vegas would score on the power play. Logan Couture would be fortunate enough to escape with a play save, and Brendan Dillon would escape with 2 quality check wins for hit and power. For the Knights, Paul Stastny, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare, and Max Pacioretty would all score for Vegas. Penalties were to go for Vegas were going to the hands of Paul Stastny, and of course, Max Pacioretty would net home a quality check win for the battle for hits. Again, no key plays came up from Game 3. And with that being said, here are your 3 stars of Game 3. Brendan Dillon would take home star number 1 honors. Aaron Dell would take home star number 2 honors. And Paul Stastny would take home star number 3 honors. And here are your 3 stars of this Rivalry Night series. Marc-Andre Fleury, I definitely had to give it to him for star number 3, as he net 2 wins and posted a total across those 2 games that he played in this series of 45 unofficial saves. Paul Stastny would take home star number 2 honors, as he was able to net 2 goals, and Brendan Dillon also would net 2 goals, but I would definitely have to give him star number 1 honors. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode of Rivalry Night here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour between the 2018-19 Vegas Golden Knights and the 2018-19 San Jose Sharks. But for right now, it is time to say goodbye. But never fear, let's see what's coming up next time here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour. And it looks like we are going to be revisiting yet another classic 7-game Stanley Cup Finals matchup, as we revisit the 2019 finals between the Boston Bruins and the St. Louis Blues. Make sure you catch this great action for Stanley Cup Finals Rewind next week here on the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Hockey Blast Express Hour. We look forward to bringing you more episodes of Rivalry Night, Stanley Cup Finals Rewind matchups, and goal scoring frenzy throughout the 2025-26 National Hockey League season.